Our oceans, once teeming with life, are facing a growing threat: pollution. Industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and plastic debris contaminate the waters that sustain us. This pollution has dire consequences for marine life and our health. Consuming seafood means ingesting these toxins, accumulating them over time. Fish can harbor an invisible threat: heavy metals. Mercury, lead, arsenic, and cadmium enter our food chain. These metals enter waterways through industrial discharge, mining, and atmospheric deposition. They are absorbed by tiny organisms, then eaten by larger fish, concentrating toxins up the food chain. The fish we consume may contain heavy metals that pose health risks. Regular consumption can lead to the buildup of these toxins in our bodies. The choices we make have far-reaching consequences. Heavy metals are insidious intruders, silently accumulating in our bodies with each exposure. They linger, becoming permanent residents in our tissues and organs, disrupting our body's delicate equilibrium, interfering with essential biological processes. Lead, a potent neurotoxin, poses a danger to children, impairing cognitive development and behavior. Arsenic in water is linked to cancers and cardiovascular disease. Cadmium from industrial waste damages kidneys and respiratory system. Heavy metals affect all ages and backgrounds. It's vital to visit your doctor to check your heavy metal levels. Pregnant women, infants, and children are particularly vulnerable. Exposure during development can have lasting consequences. Among the heavy metals contaminating our food supply, mercury stands out as a particularly worrisome threat. Its ability to accumulate in the brain and nervous system, even at low levels, makes it a potent neurotoxin, especially for developing fetuses and young children. Industrial emissions, primarily from coal-fired power plants, release mercury into the atmosphere. When the fishermen pull things out of the fish's mouths, often they are parasites. Regarding salmon, a genetically modified version was created, and the genetically modified salmon started eating the natural, real salmon. This is unnatural behavior. We must keep an eye on these things and watch what we eat. Read the labels, and if you do not understand something, ask questions and consult with your store's seafood handler. This mercury eventually settles into our oceans and lakes, where it's converted by bacteria into methylmercury, a highly toxic form that's readily absorbed by marine life. As smaller fish consume mercury-laden organisms and larger predatory fish consume these smaller fish, mercury concentrations magnify at each step of the food chain. Predatory fish like tuna, swordfish, and shark can accumulate significant levels of mercury in their tissues, making them a primary source of human exposure. In developing fetuses and young children, mercury can interfere with the formation of the brain and nervous system, leading to developmental delays and cognitive impairment. In adults, mercury exposure has been linked to a range of health problems, including memory loss, tremors, vision problems, and even heart disease. While the presence of heavy metals in our environment and food supply is a serious concern, nature offers a beacon of hope: plants. Certain plants possess a unique affinity for heavy metals, binding to them and facilitating their removal from the body. These plants act like natural chelators, molecules that attach to heavy metals and render them inactive, preventing them from interacting with our cells and tissues. Once bound to these natural chelators, heavy metals can be safely escorted out of the body through our natural detoxification pathways. Incorporating these detoxifying plants into our diets can be a powerful strategy for mitigating the risks of heavy metal exposure. Not only do these plants help to remove existing toxins from the body, but they also provide a protective effect, reducing the absorption of heavy metals from the food we eat. Section 5. Cilantro, a culinary hero. In the world of culinary herbs, cilantro often stands out for its distinct pungent flavor, adding a refreshing zest to dishes from around the globe. But beyond its culinary appeal, cilantro harbors a powerful secret. It's a natural heavy metal detoxifier. This unassuming herb possesses an exceptional ability to bind to heavy metals, particularly mercury, lead, and aluminum, helping to remove them from the body. Cilantro's detoxifying properties stem from its unique chemical composition. The chelating compounds in cilantro work by attaching to heavy metals in the body, forming a stable complex that can be easily excreted through urine and feces. This binding action prevents heavy metals from interacting with and damaging our cells and tissues, mitigating their toxic effects. Section 6. Chlorophyll, The green machine. Chlorophyll, the pigment that gives plants their vibrant green color, is much more than just a visual delight. It's the engine that powers photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy. But chlorophyll's benefits extend far beyond the plant kingdom. When we consume chlorophyll-rich foods, we invite this green powerhouse into our bodies, where it exerts a range of health-promoting effects, including the detoxification of heavy metals. Chlorophyll's molecular structure bears a striking resemblance to hemoglobin, the protein in our red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the body. This similarity allows chlorophyll to enhance our blood's oxygen-carrying capacity, improving circulation and promoting the delivery of nutrients and oxygen to our cells. Section 7. Diatomaceous earth, a gentle cleanser. Diatomaceous earth, often referred to as DE, is a natural substance derived from the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic algae called diatoms. DE is composed of silica, a naturally occurring mineral that forms the intricate, porous shells of diatoms. These microscopic shells, when viewed under a microscope, resemble tiny cylinders with honeycomb-like structures, giving DE an exceptionally high surface area. This unique structure is the key to DE's detoxifying properties. When ingested, the microscopic abrasive particles of DE gently bind to and remove heavy metals, toxins, and other impurities from the digestive tract, preventing their absorption into the bloodstream. It's important to note that only food-grade DE should be consumed, as industrial-grade DE contains impurities that can be harmful. Incorporating these heavy metal detoxifiers into your diet doesn't require a complete culinary overhaul. Small, consistent changes can make a significant difference in reducing your heavy metal burden and supporting your body's natural detoxification processes. Start by adding a handful of fresh cilantro to your salads, soups, or smoothies. Its bright citrusy flavor complements a wide range of dishes, adding a burst of freshness and a dose of detoxification. Boost your green intake by incorporating chlorophyll-rich foods into your diet. Spinach, kale, parsley, and wheatgrass are excellent sources of chlorophyll and can be easily added to smoothies, juices, or salads. If you're new to green smoothies, start with a small amount of greens and gradually increase the quantity as your taste buds adjust. Diatomaceous earth can be easily incorporated into your daily routine. Simply mix a teaspoon or tablespoon of food-grade DE into a glass of water or juice and consume it once or twice a day. Reducing our exposure to these toxins in the first place is equally important. This requires making informed choices about the fish we consume and advocating for policies that protect our oceans from pollution. When choosing seafood, opt for smaller, lower-mercury fish, such as sardines, anchovies, herring, and wild-caught salmon. These fish are lower on the food chain and therefore accumulate fewer toxins. When consuming larger, predatory fish, choose those known to have lower mercury levels, such as wild-caught Alaskan salmon, Pacific cod, and Atlantic mackerel. Stay informed about fish advisories issued by your local health authorities. Supporting sustainable fishing practices is crucial for protecting both human health and the health of our oceans. The presence of heavy metals in our fish is a stark reminder that our health is inextricably linked to the health of our planet. Reducing industrial discharge, promoting sustainable mining practices, and minimizing our use of mercury-containing products are all essential steps in safeguarding our oceans and, in turn, our health. Supporting legislation and policies that aim to reduce pollution and promote sustainable practices is crucial in creating a future where clean water and healthy seafood are available to all. As consumers, we have the power to drive change by demanding sustainably sourced seafood and supporting companies that prioritize environmental responsibility. Educating ourselves and our communities about the importance of ocean conservation and the impact of pollution on human health is paramount in creating a ripple effect of positive change. By making conscious choices and advocating for a cleaner, healthier planet, we can create a future where heavy metal contamination is no longer a threat to our oceans or our health. The journey towards a future free from the threat of heavy metal contamination may seem daunting, but it is a journey we must undertake for the sake of our health and the well-being of generations to come. It requires a collective effort, a shift in our mindset from one of exploitation to one of stewardship, recognizing that the health of our planet and the health of humanity are inextricably intertwined. We must demand accountability from industries that pollute our waterways, urging them to adopt cleaner technologies and practices. We must support sustainable fishing practices that ensure the long-term health of our oceans. The path forward is clear: reducing our exposure to heavy metals, supporting our body's natural detoxification processes, and advocating for a cleaner, healthier planet. By embracing these principles, we can create a future where heavy metal contamination is no longer a silent threat, but a distant memory.